I'm Juliet Litman.
And I'm Devon Jacoby.
I'm going to try to not hit my head on the microphone today, but
That's the funniest part.
who knows how that's going to go. If you want to talk to us about me hitting my head on the microphone or anything, but ideally about your own personal food news, give us a call at 850-STEW-136. I'm going to put that in my Instagram bio, and I wonder if people would call me thinking it's my actual number. I'm just going to put it there and see what happens.
Okay.
I'll report back.
Also, follow us on, subscribe to us on YouTube. And subscribe
TikTok,
to the podcast.
and
Spotify
Instagram.
and everything.
Actually, not Instagram. We don't have one there, but TikTok and YouTube where it really matters. All right, let's get into today's stories. I'm pretty excited about them. This first one is a long reported piece from the New York Times by Pete Wells about something that has become ubiquitous in the streets of America, particularly New York City, matcha.
When did you first get exposed to matcha?
I was going to ask you something very general like that as well. Like the word matcha, I feel like at like a Japanese restaurant, like a matcha dessert. And I think that I never really knew the difference between matcha and green tea. Do you think you know the difference?
After reading this article, I do. But it was in the Grantland days in Los Angeles around 2012, 13.
Matcha shop started
Joey
opening.
started really getting into matcha.
I think it was like a
as
lower
a coffee
caffeine.
alternative.
Yes. I don't know why caffeine's bad. So it still has never fully been explained to me other than like it like ramps you up. But
You have a high tolerance. I think people that have a lower tolerance for caffeine can get very jittery.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not my issue.
Yeah, mine neither.
If I don't have it, I might be jittery. It might be
exactly.
might be like a nightmare. Anyway, matcha is everywhere. And as a result, the international demand for it is so high that there is now a very robust and problematic secondary market and a lot of fake matcha floating around. So when you're getting your matcha latte, you might be the victim of some fake matcha.
You probably are.
Yeah,
after reading this article. I mean, I didn't realize this is basically like matcha origin story.
Yeah. It's a really good article. Check it out. The New York Times.
Yes.
They do it right.
It's also one of those things that you're like, you just accept matcha as part of everyday life. I understand it is some sort of tea product that is green and made from powder, and it is sort of supposed to provide a sort of more calming, chill, quote unquote, high than caffeine. But I had no idea about its origin story, its histories in Japan and the tea ceremony, and how matcha is this sort of like, it's never exposed to the sun and they pick it early. So it's like a very like specific type of tea that is matcha. But what we're getting over here when you get like a matcha latte at Starbucks is not that.
Right. You're getting the powder that like who knows where that's from because of this great demand. There's now a lot of fakes. I will just note the thing about tea when you hear about white tea, green tea, black tea is how long the leaves are exposed to the sun. So like that's like part of like the tea spectrum. And I feel like with white tea, I believe it's like very like immature leaves. I might be wrong, but that's like the whole thing about tea is like it's in Taiwan and Japan and India, you know, they have like centuries old tea farming traditions. And like, you know, this is a long history of colonialism tied to tea essentially. And, this is just another part of it. I will say also like, you know, there was a stat, but a detail where it said wholesalers are fielding requests from coffee shops in Warsaw and Kazakhstan. And I was like, wow, how far flung. And then it occurred to me, that's closer. That's closer to Japan than America.
Not that far.
So yeah, that checks out. I understand it. I appreciated the article because I think we've talked about this before. Matcha is just like everywhere now. And it's not even pure matcha. It's like just like a base. It's like almost like water. And then they add like Blank Street Coffee adds so much shit to it.
Sugar too.
Sugar. Yeah. It's just fucking everywhere. So you're probably not getting an authentic matcha experience, and you might want to keep that in mind.
So there are matcha places that pride themselves on getting as close to authentic as possible. Yeah. And one of the reasons that these leaves are picked at this time is because they have a sweeter flavor. You don't need to add tons of sugar. Because there are basically two types of matcha that you're getting on the street. One is like powdered green tea with tons of sugar. And guess what? It tastes good.
Yeah.
Because it's milk, sugar, and tea. That's going to be good.
And
it's basically
matcha
like
is a nice flavor.
It's a boba, basically, without the bubbles. But there is a matcha that, and my wife is very particular about some of these things, that comes with no sugar, that is just the sort of pure matcha powder. And that does taste very sweet and good and comparable to the sugary ones. Right. And I really like those ones.
If you're wondering, if you want to have the highest grade matcha, you need to get the leaves from the first flush of spring. So it's very limited demand. So you better in April, you better be I'm ready for it. Other than that.
Two things that blew my mind.
Okay.
Quote, Starbucks, which reported a 40% year-over-year increase in matcha sales for the first quarter of 2025, introduced a new line of protein drinks in September, blah, blah, blah.
We know.
40% increase year to year, Juliet? That is huge. Huge.
I know. It's insane. And also, again, I keep mentioning it, but I read this article about Blank Street Coffee. Like, I think 50% of their business
They're no longer called Blank Street Coffee.
It's just Blank Street, right?
Because they sell so much matcha.
Yeah.
Where are you on matcha?
I like it, but like, I just think that it's too, it's just not enough for me. And so then I'm like adding stuff to it. Like the caffeine is not enough. I like it, but I don't love tea. Like I'm not like a big tea drinker.
Oh, I like tea.
I like it, but I don't love it.
I've been doing the protein matcha drinks at Starbucks. But so I use the app, as you know. And one of the things that's completely got me off this whole like protein drink thing at Starbucks, I bought one this morning.
Okay.
$9.47.
I don't know you're veering into personal food news. Great. Carry on.
$9.47.
It's ridiculous.
I used my 200 stars, so I didn't pay $1.
Nice.
But it was like, that's just, now we're talking $10 is a meal, not a drink. So I just can't do it anymore.
The price of, I actually like thought about getting an iced Americano at like my local coffee shop today. And I was like, it's free at work. So I'll just wait till I get to work.
$5.
I know.
At least.
At least. Yeah.
It's insane.
I know. It is crazy. The price of things is too much. Okay. Great article. Check it out. It's by Pete Wells. Onward. How often are you thinking about Tyra Banks?
Never.
Every
once in a while, there'll be some like old runway clip that'll come up of something that she did. But outside of that, I do not think about her very much.
I think that like the Tyra Banks who was dating Chris Webber.
I was going to mention Chris Webber as
well.
And
going to Kings games is like, feels like a different lifetime from the person we're talking about today, who is an ice cream entrepreneur and has a ice cream shop in Sydney.
In Australia.
Yeah, in Sydney, Australia.
It's just an odd mix of nouns.
It's called Smize and Dream. I was like, did she move to Australia? No, I don't think she did.
No, but like a Tyra Banks, ice cream in Australia are just like an odd mix.
I know. It's called Smize and Dream. And do you know what the smize is? It's when you smile with your eyes.
The idea that you think I didn't know that is like, I don't know what it says about how you think about me.
Well, it's just such a good Tyra Banks. I'm not sure she made it up, but like the American Next Top Model, like
it was a
huge thing.
Okay,
yeah, like it was a big thing on America's Next Top Model.
All right, so that makes more sense.
Yeah,
because Smize and Dream is a terrible name for a coffee.
And she makes like
shop.
some like very funny like Ramona Singer-esque faces sometimes when she was like displaying it, but she's just evolved into a caricature from like someone who was, I think, was like the Gigi Hadid of her day or whatever.
Peak Tyra Banks, not just like as a model, but more of as like a media personality. Yeah. At her peak, she was like top 10 like voices in the world.
I believe she's in Love and Basketball. She comes in and she plays Omar Epps' girlfriend that like he then leaves.
I've seen Love and Basketball once in like 1992. What? Yeah. I don't like pray at that altar.
Oh, it's a great movie.
No, I know everyone says that, but I've watched it once. I was
it's like really like
I like
emotional.
my love movies to be separate from my basketball movies.
So you don't want Love and Basketball together?
I don't want Love and Basketball. I love love.
Is that why
I love
you never
basketball.
dated a basketball player either?
I don't want Love and Basketball. How do you know I never dated a basketball player?
I'm very familiar with your girlfriends because you didn't have that many of them, and you mention them all the time. Shout out to Susan Lee.
Shout out to Susan Lee.
Okay. Anyway, she has this place called Smize and Dream. It's in Sydney. So if you're there, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
I'd love to hear about it. She posted to her Instagram that something new was coming, something hot and new. Flavor number 1 drops tomorrow. That was posted on her Instagram on September 25th. Sorry, I just played it by accident. And then it turned out that what she released is quote unquote hot ice cream. And in the video, you see her eating regular ice cream.
It's ice cream.
But then it pivots to showing her pouring something into a cup and ice cream on top. And the hot ice cream is something that you drink. Let's hear her talk about it for a second.
Hot ice cream. Silky ice cream that you can drink. And no, I'm not talking about a latte. I'm not talking about hot chocolate that has flavors. I'm talking about hot ice cream. Innovation that took me over a year to get right.
Okay. So she says specifically it's not hot chocolate and it's not a latte. But I think it's hot chocolate. Like, it's just melted ice cream that is hot. It's like she's taken the ice cream mix, and instead of freezing it, you just drink it as is.
So it reminded me of Serendipity 3, the frozen hot chocolate, like their famous frozen hot chocolate.
It's like the inverse of a frozen hot chocolate.
Exactly. It's the opposite of that, which really made me think that there is a market for this.
It exists. It's hot chocolate flavors.
No, but hot chocolate. But I do feel like the same way that we have dirty sodas now, I do feel like if I was an ice cream shop, your most popular, if you live in like a place with seasons like we do in the Northeast, your most popular months are going to be between
May to September.
Yeah, May to September, right? What I would do is pivot and become like an artisanal steamed milk palace with all the different flavors.
Okay.
So it's not just hot chocolate.
So it's almost like
hot cookie dough. We have hot pistachio.
So it's like lattes for kids minus the caffeine.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I would do with my ice cream shop. We would be from half the year we'd be selling frozen ice cream. The other half of the year we'd essentially be like candy flavored lattes. I thought this was a really good idea and opportunity.
Interesting. Would you let your kid have that regularly, like the way that you let them have ice cream regularly?
Yes.
For some reason,
as a treat,
it feels like grosser to me. I'm just like, no, like this. You're just having like melted ice cream that's been warmed up. Like it just is weird.
No, this is a new product.
You and Tyra Banks are on the same page. She agrees.
Yes, yeah, I'm with Tyra Banks on this.
People in the comments are like, no. So, but you guys agree. Okay, good. I'm happy that you found some common ground.
Tyra Banks, Chris Webber power couple was just like, if you weren't there, I cannot explain.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
They shined brighter than the sun.
Yes,
like,
the sum of the parts was greater than the what? How's it work?
The whole was greater than the sum of the parts.
Yeah,
and that is true. They were brighter than the sun.
Yes.
It was sort of like made Sacramento important for a while.
Yeah, and that Sacramento team was awesome.
Yes.
And Tyra Banks was awesome at the same time. It was just
like, it was like a phenomenon.
Yeah, it really
was.
It was
kind of like the Chiefs, but basketball.
I mean, I don't think we can compare Tyra to Taylor Swift. We've been celebrating Tyra, but like they're not on the same level.
Agreed. But it was a similar type of phenomenon, you know? No? Okay, so you're standing on the corner of hot ice cream is a thing, but comparing a sort of proto version.
No.
Okay. All right, that's good. I just wanted to clarify. All right, let's move on to another trend, which was brought to our attention by the New York Times. There's this, again, thank you to the New York Times, by Genevieve Coe, but she brought this to my attention because I'm not on TikTok, that there is a trend of people eating cold smoked salmon. That's kind of like the entry point.
Is that a trend, or has it been happening for as they say in the article, 20,000 years?
It's been happening in the article for for more than 10,000 years. But are you aware this became a thing because using TikTok shopping, people are buying cold smoked salmon through TikTok?
Is there other types of smoked salmon besides cold?
Well, this is like a very specific, it's cold smoked and it's like...
Oh, okay.
It's not that it's like cold comma smoked,
right,
it's cold hyphen smoked. Like the process is cold smoking.
Yes, so they smoke salmon. There is a process of smoking salmon in which you heat the salmon at the same time while you're smoking it. And then this is just like, you give it a flavor, but you don't heat it.
This is something that was done like in present day Alaska 10,000 years ago. So it's like done using the cold and ice and snow or whatever. It's a practice that, indigenous communities have been doing for over 10,000 years. It came to prominence though because of TikTok. Like that's why we're talking about it right now. And La Roche, do you know who that is?
No.
La Roche is a famous stylist. He's most famous for being Zendaya's stylist. But he himself is also now a celebrity.
Of course.
And so on TikTok, he said, I saw this woman and her husband eating this, so I decided to try it because I'm easily influenced. And then he holds up just the packaging. We'll play it.
And the reason is that I only have this because I ate it all. I ate the whole thing.
And then this company, it's called Solo V Kitchen, and they basically made their own influencing campaign. They then started selling La Roche cold smoked salmon. Like they branded it after him because he made such a big splash of it back in April on TikTok. We're just out of the loop. I'm catching you up.
Well, thank you for catching me up.
Now you know why we're talking about cold smoked salmon.
I've many times eaten cold smoked salmon without bagels or cream cheese or lobster or anything, just as a snacky poo.
I think that's a different product. Cold smoked salmon is different than...
It's different than smoked salmon.
Yes, than what you get at Zabar's.
What is the difference?
The process by which it's...
But what about the end result?
I think based on the videos that I watched, it looks very different. People are eating it in chips. It's like thicker.
It's like a jerky.
Yes.
And there's still scales, salmon skin on it, correct?
They're pulling it off of the fillet instead of it being sliced by your deli counter guy at Murray's or Rustin Daughters or wherever you go. It's a different product.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a salmon jerky. That's correct.
I went to one of the young ladies, Heather, her last name starts with a D in the article I went to her Instagram because there's like a link to it.
Yes, yes.
This young lady she is skinning everything. She is out there. She's got dead seals, sea lions. She's skinning bears. She's tanning hides. This lady's doing it all, and she's cold smoking salmon, which is one of the things they do. Coho. I didn't know coho was a thing. It sounds like a neighborhood in Manhattan, but coho is apparently some sort of type of salmon that they use to do this with.
Yeah, and then also in the Pacific Northwest, this happens as well, closer to Alaska, etc.
A lot of salmon up there.
Yeah, seriously. I just thought it was interesting that Law Roach was sort of like a big force behind this because he's like not someone that I associate with the food business.
No. And it's also interesting that like you can get to this level of quote unquote celebrity and influence on TikTok where you have a snack and all of a sudden it's like changing markets. He just had a snack.
And also now he did say that it took him too long to get it. It was like took 2 weeks to get it from Solo V Kitchen. Solo V Kitchen now says it's 3 to 5 months because the demand is so high.
Because La Roche.
Yeah, La Roche, exactly.
I hope there's some sort of
I wonder if they needed his permission to use his name.
To put his name on the thing. I would not be able to sleep at night if I worked at the kitchen. I was like, I'm just using this man's influence and celebrity to feed my family without cutting him in. I don't think you can do that.
It says on the website, La Roche Special, extra maple candied cold smoked sockeye salmon.
Sounds good. Extra maple candied?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I would say we could try it, but it'll take us months. So I don't think anyone will care.
I care.
Okay.
Food is follow-up. Mike, get us some cold smoked salmon.
It costs $80. We can afford it at Spotify.
I hope so.
All right. Let's move on. This is a story from Northern Ireland. Vegan sausage rolls could be banned in Northern Ireland due to the Brexit deal. I was like, okay, interesting. There's a very robust history of political discontent and civil war in Northern Ireland.
Oh, I'm familiar.
We won't be getting into the troubles on this podcast.
You don't want to break it down?
No, but I just want to share one. I want to recommend Blue Lights on BritBox if you are interested in.
Can I do a 20-second personal story?
Is it about the Troubles?
A little bit.
Okay.
We went to Ireland with my family, my mom and my brother and my sister-in-law, and we were in this very small town. They had 2 pubs. We got to know people there. Kilkenny is called?
I've been there, Kilkenny. It's not that small.
Yeah, no, we're in a smaller town outside of Kilkenny by Loch Derg. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
2 pubs, 1 street. And we got to know people there. We were there for a week. So like day 5, we're there. We're at the pub. The pub closes down. They lock the doors and they go to sing songs in the back. And we're like singing songs, whatever. And
you were invited?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it took me like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, these people really fucking hate the British.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, it was like, because once everyone was gone and like the guitars came out, I was like, oh, all of these songs, these are not love songs. These are not songs about whiskey. These are songs about hating the British.
Well, have you ever seen the clip of Paul Mescal being asked about like King Charles coming to like see his movie? And Paul Mescal is famously Irish. And he was like, no, I don't care. Like he was like so offended by the question.
Like, these are deep. We won't get into the politics, but I was like, oh, this is like a real deep-seated generational hatred that is very vibrant in this small town.
It's true. I just want to note the story is about Northern Ireland, not Ireland.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. Just clarifying. Because the Irish do not want you to think that you're talking about the Northern Irish when you're talking about them. Anyway, they have a lot to figure out in Northern Ireland. But one thing apparently the EU is applying a big blanket policy on is how you can use food sold under, quote, meaty terms. Here's from this article from The Independent. Vegan sausage rolls will have to be renamed in Northern Ireland as the European Union could be set to vote to ban plant-based foods sold under meaty terms. Meat-free products in Northern Ireland will have to be sold under new terms, such as tubes or discs.
What? What?
I'll just add, if you're wondering why the EU rules apply, it's part of Brexit. The possible EU ban will apply because of the Windsor Framework, which ensures that Northern Ireland must follow some of the EU's rules that Britain does not, including on food labeling. There's
a lot of bureaucracy and red tape and politics like intertwined in this article that just seems like, but at the very core of it, if it says vegan sausage and I think it's a sausage, that's on me.
I completely
That's
agree.
A me problem.
We don't need to spend more time on...
It says vegan sausage right there. It doesn't have to be called non-meat sausage tube. It says vegan sausage. If I bought that and I feel like I got bamboozled, that's a me problem.
Absolutely.
This does not need to change.
Also, why would I guess it's like links or like patties, tubes or discs, but like call them links or patties. Let me introduce some other terms to you.
Also, If you call it a patty and it's meat, but if you call it a disc, it's not meat. That is more confusing than vegan sausage patty versus sausage patty.
Also,
is less confusing.
Are you going to call it
a
vegan disc, or are you going to call it vegan meat substitute
or sausage disc? What is this?
I think you can't call it sausage.
They make it sound way grosser. If I would eat a vegan sausage patty, I would not eat a vegan meatless disc.
Meat replacement disc. It's like in Coming to America, they like couldn't say McDonald's, so they said McDowell's. It's like you have to use disc instead of patty or something like that.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's just like they didn't focus enough on the idiocy of this in this article.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's move on to this week's Am I an Asshole?
Oh.
I feel like you're going to have strong feelings on this. A guy went to Reddit. He's making steak for his friends and family. Or is he?
Because game nights.
For game night. I'll read it to you. This is posted from 9 days ago. Usual caveat from Reddit. Might not be real. Might be someone just looking to have some conversation. I'm generally known as a good cook, and I cook for my friends and family fairly often. However, I absolutely refuse to cook steak for any of them. I love my steak medium rare, and many in the group like them well done. As such, I absolutely refuse to cook steak for anyone, and they will make comments. My wife got upset with me yesterday because she requested steak, but I told her, I'll cook you and everyone else something with chicken or another meat. I'm not dealing with cooking people's steak.
Okay.
Is this man an asshole?
Kinda. I like this one because it is
nuanced.
It is nuanced. I do want to say that if I had to pick a side, I would say you are an asshole just for posting this on Reddit. Because
that's always where you come down. You're like, if you're
taking this to Reddit, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But I will also say, let's say he says they're not weekly, they're like semi-weekly, and they're game nights at his house where he cooks and he's known as a good cook.
It's not a barbecue.
There are so many other things that you can cook that are not steak that this should not be a problem. It is not a game night and steak night.
Do a disc or a tube.
Get a disc. Get a couple tubes and the links. But it's like, you could go years without cooking steak for this particular group or this morphing group of people that come over to play games. And no one would ever notice. No one would ever be like, hey, I noticed we haven't had steak in a couple of years.
Right.
No one cares. Also, if you're cooking for a large group, which happens to me a lot when I grill steaks for the family and friends, my wife likes it way more done than I like it. So there'll be one steak that I'll just leave on longer, and that's the Joey steak.
There's a way around it is what you're saying.
There is an easy way around this because you're not cooking like a huge side of beef. You know what I mean? It's like for everyone. Like there's multiple different steaks that you're cooking. You can cook them at different temperatures. Another thing I don't like about this guy, you know what? The more I talk about it, the more I think he's an asshole. Is he's like,
you're out on this guy.
He's like, I don't enjoy the process of cooking well done steaks.
What's different about the process?
It's just a little bit longer.
Like 2 minutes longer.
Yeah, it's just like, so what about those 2 minutes?
What's so hard about that?
Takes it from enjoyable to not enjoyable. And do you know what makes me happy when I cook for people? When people like the food I cooked.
Yeah, they're happy with it.
That's what anybody wants. That's why we've all spent so much time faking that we like food that we don't like because we want to make our host feel good about it, right?
Totally.
We've all done that.
You appreciate the effort.
The effort. Yeah, so we've all sat in people's homes with disgusting food in front of us, eaten it, and told the person who made it how much we like it because we just want them to feel good about it. So what about the extra time on in the pan or in the oven, because it's not a barbecue, is making this less enjoyable for you?
It's a great question. I guess he doesn't care about the people. I think that was obvious from not wanting to cook them steak, but their enjoyment or the praise or the sort of the social contract of cooking for someone doesn't matter to him. He just wants the food to be good and by his own standards.
Okay, so if he doesn't care about the people that are coming to his home that he is feeding, then that makes him what?
An asshole.
Exactly.
We figured it out.
Got to the bottom of it.
One final story for today, and it is a heist.
Oh.
Yes. Wow, I just did my own drum roll.
Wasn't great.
Now that we're I'll never do it again.
It wasn't great.
I'm sorry.
Don't hand Juliet the bongos in the drum circle at Burning Man.
It's a great point. Also, I won't be going to Burning Man. All right.
How do you know? Things change. People change.
It's true. I could have a new season. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. This is a story in Poland where 150 metric tons of potatoes worth over $17,000 were stolen.
Okay, a couple things. 330 pounds of potatoes is only worth $17,000. That was one of my first takeaways.
sort of like potatoes.
Think about how many potatoes these are. To break this story down, essentially this guy, it goes into the history of Russia and Poland, how they both drink a lot of vodka. And a lot of vodka is usually made from grains, but you can also make potato vodka. It's got a creamier mouth flavor, whatever. So this guy in Dubrovka, sure. He had a shipment of potatoes coming in. 330,000 of potatoes coming to him.
Correct.
Where did he have the people delivering the potatoes put the potatoes?
They put them in a field.
In a field. Not on his property. Not at the distillery behind a locked gate, which he mentions later in the article. He just had them put it in a field. This is like, you know how people like steal your Amazon boxes from your front porch? This is like that, but 330,000 pounds of potatoes. So word gets around town, there's a field full of potatoes.
And people just come with their wheelbarrow.
People just bring wheelbarrows and take the potatoes. And this guy's so upset about it. I'm like, you're the one who put potatoes in a field. There's not even like a sign outside that says like, hey, please don't take these potatoes. These are my potatoes. I'm Gary. I live up the block. Nope, nothing. Just potatoes in a field, and people start taking the potatoes, and he gets all up in arms about it. I just feel like you should be more clear about whose potatoes those are, what intentions you have for those potatoes, and you can protect your potatoes better.
His name is Peter Grita, and this man just really believes in community and wants to believe in trust, because when this happened, here's what he said. I have a public number. It's on the distillery gate, and I've been here for 25 years, and everyone knows me. The phone rings nonstop today, and on the weekend, nobody, no signal. It just started pouring in, and that's it. So he's...
No. He goes on. If someone took the potatoes, tell them come forward and return them. Otherwise, it will have to be reported to the prosecutor's office. It was my merchandise, legal paid for it. What happened is simply unbelievable. Is it unbelievable? It is so hard to believe that you put food in the middle of a field and the people in the town took it and cooked it and ate it.
The thing is not just food, it's like an all-purpose item.
Yes.
It's like potatoes can be used for so many different things, for so many different meals.
Have you seen The Martian?
Yeah, of
so
course.
Good.
Great movie.
Watched it.
Really? For the first time?
Good.
It's like Matt Damon's masterpiece.
Oh, it's amazing. I just watched it for the first time, and I was like,
and disco music.
Why have I not seen this movie before?
I saw it at the Dome.
I cried. I laughed. I fell in love with Matt Damon again.
I do love Matt Damon. And
it is such a good movie.
It might be his best performance.
I'm only bringing this up because he grew potatoes on Mars.
Yeah, it's like potatoes keep him alive. Yeah.
So this is a sustenance. You're putting the 150 tons of sustenance in the middle of a field in Poland, and you're all upset. And then this is the part that really bothers me. Okay. I have a public number. It's on the distillery gate. So you have a gate.
Right.
Why aren't the potatoes on the other side of the gate? Why are they just in the middle of a field in the middle of town?
I have to assume there's not enough room for all these potatoes inside of the gates.
Okay. So what does 330 pounds of potatoes look like? It's like a mountain of potatoes.
I can't even picture it because also they're heavy. Because when you buy like 1 pound of potatoes at the grocery store, you're not getting
it's less than you think.
Yeah. It's like a lot of fucking potatoes, and this is 330,000.
So imagine 330,000 of those. It's a lot of potatoes. So imagine you're the first person. You're taking your dog for a walk.
Okay.
And you're in Dubrovka.
For some reason, I'm like, do they have dogs there?
They have dogs there. I've not been. I cannot confirm firsthand.
I'm dog blind, so I don't know.
Yes. Dogs are a small animal. We've domesticated
a dog?
them.
What's that?
It's a canine.
Okay.
It's a long thing. And people take them for walks. Imagine you're walking past the potato field, and you're just like, what?
I would be like, I'll just take one.
You'd be like, I'm going to go get my wheelbarrow and feed my family.
Honestly,
and I'm going to tell my friends.
Here's the thing about wheelbarrows. Kind of hard to maneuver, like harder than you think.
Disagree.
Oh. They're not like, they're like, they
are a little wobbly, but imagine trying without the wheelbarrow to carry that many potatoes.
Well,
I would say wheelbarrow,
it's
very helpful.
Does someone have a pickup truck they could use? Why are we using wheelbarrows? It's not 1888.
Or just a trunk.
A trunk, yeah. Anything. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of, I'm not sure we're in the same year.
If there's no sign that says don't take these potatoes, I'm taking the potatoes.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be like, where's that potato from? It's like, you would not take a potato. Have you ever driven past a random apple orchard and be like, I'm going to take an apple?
No, because there's a fence around it and there's like a sign and they charge you to go apple picking.
Not every apple orchard has a fence around it.
But there's a tacit understanding that this is someone else's property, that they're growing these apples.
Sure. Similarly,
to produce these.
I'm saying you would not just be like, yeah, I'm going to go take all the potatoes.
There's no sign. There's just a mountain of potatoes in the middle of the field and my family's hungry. Fuck yeah, I'm taking those potatoes.
If your family's hungry, that's different. But you, Jacoby, I don't see you taking a potato.
I am very lucky
that your family's not hungry.
My family is not hungry in that way.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to cast stereotypes about the people of Poland. I'm sure there's lots of people that are very well fed there. But if they're taking the potatoes in wheelbarrows, they probably need them.
Sure.
I just feel like this guy, Peter, could have handled his potato delivery better. That's all I'm saying.
You're disappointed in Peter.
I'm disappointed in Peter. Peter at some point he was on the phone with somebody who's like, yeah, I've got 100,000 pounds of potatoes. Where should I put them? He's like, oh man, I didn't think of that. There's a field in town. Just dump them right there. Think about that.
Should we go visit the field?
No.
All right. We have a related taste test, kind
Come on,
of.
Peter.
Let's get into it. All right, let's get into today's taste test. As I noted, it's kind of related to something we've done before. We are trying some, I'm not talking into the mic, sorry. We are trying some Guinness. There's Guinness and Guinness Zero. Guinness Zero is non-alcoholic. And here, we can show you the cans too.
Yeah.
This is also like very, it's very decorated. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to guess
Limited
that
edition.
you're not a huge Guinness drinker.
No, but I've been to the Guinness factory.
And most people have.
Most
people that have been to Ireland have been there.
Statement. Most people have.
As someone who's been to Ireland, as I mentioned earlier, I have no interest in going to the Guinness factory. It's kind of like the Statue of Liberty of Dublin. No.
Oh. I had fun. I went to Dublin. Ireland's a great place to visit. I really liked it.
Yes.
I'd like to go back.
It really is.
I went in a bad time of year, but
people speak English and they're very, very nice. And they're funny. I like Guinness a lot. Once I learned...
How often are you having it?
Not as much as you would think.
Well, I don't think very often, so.
Yeah, not as often.
Like once a year?
Oh, way more than that. Once a month.
Whoa!
Mike, my friend Mike is a big Guinness guy.
That's a lot.
Here's the thing about Guinness. It looks like a super heavy beer, but it actually performs like a light beer in the way it feels in your stomach and the caloric content. People think that it's a very thick, heavy beer, but it's not.
125 calories.
Exactly. That's
basically
basically 25 more calories than like a
light
Ultra.
beer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and it also, it sits in your stomach nice and light too, and it goes down easy. It's a very good, easy drinking beer. So I think people that are intimidated by the color of it should really give it a shot.
Guinness Zero only has 60 calories, but we're going to see if we can taste the difference between Guinness and Guinness
Zero. Is like a mid-cal bev almost.
It's true.
Wow.
It's a mid-cal
Maybe
bev.
that's what I should drink for breakfast every day.
All
My
right.
kids would judge.
We're both trying the same one first.
The same, not the
we don't,
same
We don't
one.
know.
We don't know if this is zero or alcohol, but I'm going to give it a shot. All right.
Whatever that was is very light. I'm like, oh, this is
very light.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what people don't. The
like
way
it.
it looks and the way it feels and tastes are two completely different things.
I have a personal follow up to this after. Don't let me forget. Okay, It wasn't my personal food news, but it is now.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
I know which one's which.
I am not a big beer drinker. I'm also not a big Guinness drinker. I would say I'm less of a Guinness drinker than I am a beer drinker. I think that the second one we tasted is the Guinness Zero.
I am a big beer drinker.
Okay.
And I do drink Guinness. I also want to say, personal Juliet food news story. We were at the Big Picture Live in New York, and Juliet's had 4 sips of a beer and announced to the table, I haven't had a drink in 18 months. I had 4 sips. I think I'm hammered.
I was really self-conscious. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to act anymore. I was
she
really
had a pint
nervous.
glass of beer in her hand, and literally it was like, I'd say 30% drank. And she was just like hammered.
My personal food news will be about my return to alcohol. So we'll come back to that in a second.
Oh, great. In terms of this, I'm going to go 0 first, alcoholic second. They did taste very alike.
But I
felt a little bite on the second one.
The second one did have that kick, and I was like, are they making up for something?
You think they're trying to double dice you.
Yeah.
So they're adding extra kick to trick you into thinking there's alcohol. No, I think that kick is the alcohol.
Okay, so you know what a Guinness tastes like, so you're probably correct.
Oh, no. I'm generally wrong about most things in life.
All right, well, Mike,
what do we got?
What do we got?
Yeah, I was right.
You were right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I have a lot more experience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like me and you playing one-on-one basketball. I'm just going to win.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you wish you had been one of the media members who'd played against the Celtics coaches?
No, I don't.
That seemed awful.
I mean, 57-4, it just seems rude. It seems rude.
It's just weird that everyone participated in this.
And they only have 2 clips from the game. But I will say one of the clips has one of the female beat writers with a great closeout on one of the coaches on a deep 3. I appreciate her commitment to defense being down 53 points.
The whole thing is just so strange. It's very Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, they normally play against each other.
Yeah.
The beat writers have like a pickup game for funsies.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're going to have the coaches who are generally former professional basketball players kick their ass and put them in their place.
The whole thing's insane.
It does have this undertone of like, you nerds talk bad about us, but look what we can do.
And it's like, yeah, no one doubted you. No one thought that you couldn't do that.
You guys are good at basketball.
Yeah.
You dedicate your entire life to playing basketball.
All right. Personal food news time.
Oh, okay.
So I just like, I was pregnant and then I was breastfeeding. And even before that, just like wasn't drinking a lot. I took a really long break from alcohol.
But to be fair, you didn't drink a lot before that either.
At a time in my life, though, I did drink a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
fun, Juliet.
So I used to be fun. And now I'm just me.
Yeah.
Well, add that to the list of people I might want to be one day. My fun self.
That's sad.
I think I'm still fun. It's just a different kind of fun.
Much fun.
Time comes for all of us. So I was slowly drinking less and less and less, just really not enjoying it. But then I think I'm back.
You're back?
I have had...
This is great personal food news.
I've had an alcoholic beverage now 3 weeks in a row, 3 weekends in a row.
Wow.
I went to a dinner party on Saturday night and I had a skinny margarita.
Ooh.
As you mentioned, the Saturday before that, I had a beer.
Half a beer?
I think I finished it. It was I think I finished it.
God, how'd you get home?
I took the bus. Thanks for asking. And the 86th Street Crossing, because I was staying at my parents. And and then the week before that, I also had a drink and I was like really nervous. Well, I can't remember what I was doing. But I think I'm back. I've enjoyed it. And I've been kind of craving like a white wine spritzer.
Oh.
So I just got to like find myself some white wine. I've got seltzer.
Yeah, you got seltzer on deck.
And I'm like good to go. But yeah, I think I'm back. And it's like interesting how it's just, I'm like rejoining society and it's just part of socializing. It still is. The rumors are not true. Like people still drink.
Somewhat related.
Is this your personal food news or just a related story?
Just related off of yours. Is every once in a while I take a month off drinking just for like funsies, just sort of like A/B test my life. Mm-hmm. And one thing I've noticed is like that Saturday night, I wasn't drinking. But if you go to the bar and get non-alcoholic beer.
So they think you're like an addict.
That's not where I was going with this.
Okay.
No, not at all. Other people don't give a shit about whether or not you're drinking.
Oh.
Like, if you have a beer in your hand, no one is like, is there alcohol in that?
Totally.
And they don't really care about what you're up to or what you're doing. I've learned that the non-alcoholic beer is a much better way to not drink at parties than like a Diet Coke.
For you?
Because it's just not a topic of conversation.
Oh, I see.
And I find if I'm not drinking and I'm with my friends, they will drink way less if I'm not drinking.
Oh, interesting. So you're like the natural upper.
Yeah, so
You're the drinking enabler.
Yeah, so what I do is I do non-alcoholic beer, which means everyone else thinks I'm drinking, so they drink just as much as if I was drinking.
I will say non-alcoholic beverages are very in. There's a non-alcoholic bar in my neighborhood that I think is pretty popular. And I think a second one is opening. So I actually was... I don't know.
I have a strong stance against mocktails.
I like them because I like juice and I like a fancy flavored beverage.
I don't want to pay $13 for 4 ounces.
I don't want to either.
Juice. You know what I mean? It's like
you're
I
charging me. I want to, but I will sometimes.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just like cranberry juice on the menu is $3. But if we mix it with seltzer and put a garnish in it and like a little like Cointreau or whatever, then it's like $15.50. I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
It's also just like, okay, so you're just going to order like orange juice or something. Like it's just weird. Everything around mocktails is weird, but I do like them. I drank a lot of them while I was pregnant just because I like the way they taste, not because I was like missing drinking. But I was like, yeah, I'll try that. Sure.
If you're in a group environment at a restaurant, sometimes just to have something in front of you that looks like a cocktail
I like how they taste.
It's just the value proposition doesn't work for me.
You're not wrong, but I was like, sure.
Mine is a personal food news and a food news follow-up.
Okay.
we've discussed this new CEO of Starbucks a lot. The new CEO of Starbucks, the new CEO of Red Lobster are like food news icons at this point.
This is also like, I'm not going to say it, but like there's one chain we always talk about and somehow we haven't this week. I'm going to leave it out though.
Oh, thank God. And one of the things that this new CEO of Starbucks, it's sort of like a new owner of a sports franchise. They want to make some changes.
Sure.
And they want to make it more personable. And one of the things that they've done is they've made the baristas write little notes on every Starbucks cup. Anyone who's ever gone to Starbucks in the past 3 months has gone through this. I have terrible handwriting as a human. It's just always something I've always had. My son has it too. And I went to Starbucks and I got like a protein venti latte thing. I paid $10.
I can't believe that. You're like, yeah, add protein to my latte. I'll pay for that. But okay.
I did it. And, but I still don't like mocktails. Sorry. And I got a note on my Starbucks cup. And I feel this barista was my kindred spirit.
What did it say?
They were forced to write a note. So they can't give the drink out without writing a note. They mailed in the worst handwriting, one word. So normally it's like, go get them today, or some positive affirmation sort of thing to send you out the door with a pep in your step. Guess what this one said?
I know what it said.
Well, here, I've got one right here. This is today's. It says, rise and shine.
I was thinking it'd be funny if they'd written rise and grind.
I know, that would be better because of coffee.
Yeah.
Rise and shine, they wrote, which is totally normal, whatever. It's they have to do it. This one, in chicken scratch handwriting, in not all caps, a mix of caps and lowercase letters. The kerning is what it's called. Like the
Sure.
letters are super far apart. It said one word only. In terrible handwriting, not even like clearly written on the cup. Like the marker was kind of faded. The most mailed in message I've ever seen. I loved it. Do you know what the message was? You do. Hello.
Wasn't it a hey with an exclamation point?
Just said hello.
Oh my God. I'm pulling up the picture right now. Don't be offended.
It said
everybody.
hello. It just said hello in poorly written, barely there Sharpie. And honestly, I was like, this is how I would approach this if my CEO forced me to personalize every single cup that I made in the middle of a rush. It just said hello.
I'm looking at it right now. We'll show it to you too. I think this is great. I agree with you.
I love it.
I feel bad for this guy or woman. I'm just
It's a guy. Let's be honest. There's no woman that would ever write that. None.
I think if you need to phone it in, the move is hey exclamation point.
Even the exclamation point has some sort of like
I know, but it's a good
energy with it.
It's a good phone in though. It's like it's getting the job done in a better way than this hello.
Hello doesn't say anything. It's
Hello.
just a greeting.
It's me. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
It's just like hello.
Yeah.
I'm like hello. It was weird. I loved it though. It was clearly someone who's like, I hate this job. I wish I had another one. I don't want to write these messages on the cups. Making the drinks is enough, isn't it?
No, I agree. I think it's the fucking dumbest thing. They should get rid of this. Starbucks isn't in my life though, so I'm just whatever. All right, let's hear from you. Let's play today's listener food news. Don't forget, you can give us a call if you want to talk to us. We want to hear from you. 850-STU-136.
Hi, Juliet and Jacoby. This is Grace from Anchorage, Alaska. I fell in love with you guys listening to the Right Reasons podcast.
I love you too.
So I thought it might be of particular interest to you to get a question related to the intersection of food and the major sport, the challenge. On the most recent season of the challenge, the challengers were asked during a mini final to eat one raw onion, raw ginger, raw garlic, and a raw chili pepper. The challengers found this so detestable that it resulted in, spoiler alert, a major cheating scandal. Would you balk at having to eat those items, especially compared to some of the other eating challenges they've seen on the challenge? Can't wait to hear what you say. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Okay.
I really liked her. That was like just a great call. Thanks for calling.
Yes. I'm behind on this season of the challenge, but I have watched. I'm like 5 or 6 episodes in.
Okay.
I think she made the best point at the end when she's like, would you balk at eating these things? Yes, of course. I don't want to eat those. But when compared to the other things they have had to eat, which involve some of the most disgusting things. Like sometimes I'm like,
worms.
Is this legal?
Yes,
will you live through this? What if you end up with like major gastrointestinal problems because you ate like goat scrotum? You know what I mean? Like a raw onion seems, just the volume seems like a lot, but I'd have no trouble doing that.
Totally.
A raw garlic, that's like a pill, basically. And ginger, I can't imagine that's too bad.
I mean, all of these things are like pungent and like hard to get through in volume. But of course, I would rather have that than goat scrotum. There's no question. So
seriously, they're like, here's 8 ounces of whale sperm. You're like, what?
I know.
I have to eat that?
It's disgusting.
Like, it's like the idea that like someone's like, can you have a raw onion? I'm like, yeah, sure. My breath will smell for a couple days, but that's better. That's better than the matcha made with whale sperm.
Is that even
sperm whale sperm?
Do you think they have a knockoff
How
whale
do you think
sperm?
sperm whales got their name? That's a tough one.
I don't know. We'll follow up on that next week.
Nah,
Grace, great call. Thank you so much.
She said she was in Alaska?
Yeah.
Does she smoke
Loved
salmon?
It.
Cold smoke?
She might. Who knows? Yeah. Anchorage is like a city, though, so we don't know. Have a great week, everybody. We'll be back next week. And thanks to our producer, Mike Wargon.
Halloween show next week.